I yell. I yell, get up, guard.
And then we kill him.
Redcap are unseelie, right?
No, not necessarily.
Not. Oh, okay.
Redcap could be Seelie or unseelie.
Ghast would very much be kind of a Sealy Redcap, to be honest.
Who?
Okay.
Ghasts, if they weren't so ugly. Like the younger versions can fit in.
Well, actual Redcaps can be Seelie. They're fairly
I just didn't know if they were
common in the Seelie Corps.
I just didn't know if they were predisposed to one or the other.
There are more unseelie Redcaps than there are Seelie ones.
Okay.
But they can be of either court.
So this is probably the rare Sealy Redcap. Because this is a Sealy court, isn't it?
No, you
No,
were
it's both.
specifically told this was a mixed court.
That's right. Okay.
It's one of the few courts.
That's mixed.
Yes. So you shout to wake him up. He goes to kind of jump up, and you see he stumbles a bit, like he's not steady on his feet, and immediately swings the half bottle up into like a combat position. And he goes, "What? Who? What are you doing here?" And he's holding the bottle at you like it's a knife.
It's got bite marks all over it.
Yeah, it does.
I
All of
just
this.
yell at him. What are you doing here? Sleeping on the job.
He kind of looks around and he goes. You can almost see in his eyes that he's noticing that none of you are wearing the colors of the court, and then he kind of stops and looks around like he's kind of thinking, "Oh yeah, that's what's going on," and he kind of just looks at you and he goes, "Job. Can't you see I'm just waiting to die?" And he goes to sit back down.
We can fix that.
Explain what's going on.
I will. Yeah, I was actually about to ask that. So I was going to appear from behind Jack because Jack's so massive. Yeah, pretty much just step out and I'm here.
Oh, so basically it's like, hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, that's how I want to appear.
Yeah.
Suddenly noble.
Suddenly noble. Got it.
And I was going to ask what Jack asked.
And sorry, what was the exact question again?
What's going on here? I think is what you asked, right?
Mhm.
Just a general what the fuck's happened.
Dude, use your sovereignty to just get him
I mean,
to...
I can.
Yeah.
Don't reveal yourself as a noble yet. I
Why
think we can
not?
keep that.
Why not? No, it's good for him.
Because we have no idea what the fuck's going on and there's no nobles around, so maybe
Exactly.
it's not a good idea.
Well,
To be fair, there's no nobody.
You're not exactly in a place right now where you can talk without him hearing you, so there's not going to be much of a chance to...
I didn't want to use the sovereign anyway.
Okay.
I will see if he will cooperate first. If I have to use sovereign, I will.
Okay. He kind of looks at the two of you and then kind of sighs and sits back down and takes a bite out of the bottle. And then he says to you, "Can't you see what's going on? The court's abandoned. Most of them are long gone. And, well, they left me here. So, I'll drink. And when there's nothing left to drink, I'll stop."
Die. Why have you left?
He kind of looks at you, and And you can tell this guy is not a young redcap. He's probably late 50s, early 60s in his mortal self, as well as being a grump.
Yeah, I was about to say. So he's probably a grump.
Yes, he is in both cases elderly. And he kind of looks at you all and he says, "They went back."
Oh. But they sent. Somewhere more private we could talk.
He kind of chuckles and he looks around and he says, "Yeah, lots of spies to hear what's going on here."
Should we leave?
We should not go to the material world right now. I slide out.
That is also a good point. Yeah, we should stay here for a little bit.
I slide out and say, "You'll stop drinking. You'll stop eating," and then I bend down and say, "You'll starve. No one wants that, old codger."
Oh, okay. I was about to say, are you threatening the old red cat with starvation?
I reach into my suit jacket and pull out a flask of whiskey and hand it to him.
Okay. Good. Our red cap is not too bad.
I say, "Go ahead and eat up, friend."
He kind of takes the flask and he nods to you and he says, "I suppose I can always starve tomorrow." And he takes a bite and actually bites your flask in half, tips it up and downs the whiskey as he eats the flask.
Nice.
I say,
As I gently shake my head.
"They just left willingly, huh? They went into the mists."
Hang on. Where did everyone go? Can someone just backtrack here for a little while?
I'm out of character. Out of
No.
character.
No,
Out of
This is in
character.
character. In
In
character.
character, I just looked at Colin and go, they went back to Arcadia.
I
Shit.
snap to you and say,
Where else
"Shut
did
it."
they go?
No, they didn't. They did not go to Arcadia. They're lost in the mists forever.
And what does the red cap say? The other red cap.
He kind of sighs and he says, "The night of the party, just over a week ago, I don't know why it was different, but everyone could feel that it was. In the midst of the celebration, for a minute, maybe two, the Golden Gate appeared. And most of them abandoned us. They returned. They left the weak and slow of us behind.
They did.
When
I
did
look
they
him.
receive the call for help?
I
'Cause it
look him
was-
It's been about
dead in the eye.
10 days.
I look him dead in the eye and say, "Do you expect anything different from the sea or the nobles?"
You say in front of your noble?
Yeah. I say, "They didn't.
I look at both of them like, really?
They didn't leave the slow and the weak behind. They just only cared about themselves."
He looks at you and he says, "Do you think it was just the she that left? Look around. Do you see any commoners either?"
Like I said, just the ones that didn't care left each other behind.
Why did they call for help?
I get out of character. I get the feeling it was the ones left behind that called for help because they probably couldn't man this place after that.
Actually,
No.
if you listen to the timetable, the call for help came 7 days ago.
Yeah, he said it was about a week ago.
Sorry, the party.
10 days ago.
The party was 7 days ago. The call for help was 10 days ago.
Okay, so they called for help and then they just left.
Yeah.
No, they called for help because they knew somehow. I think.
Or not.
Okay.
Let's find out what
I
that call
asked-
for help was for.
Let's find
Okay.
out.
He's a guard. He should know at least something.
I asked him, did the nobles seem different before the party? Was this a planned thing?
He kind of shakes his head and he says, "It was just like any other. There wasn't anything different or changed or... I mean, it's hard to explain to someone who doesn't live here. But the parties, the celebrations, it's just how it is every day here. It gets to the point that you almost forget that it's a celebration. But that night, there was something...
It felt like a
something
celebration.
different.
Why
I looked at the.
did he call? Why did they call for help? I say it again.
I only know a rumor. Maven, one of the Baroness of the court, she... And he kind of gets halfway through the sentence. Interesting. And
Oh,
as he is saying this, he kind of goes to look up, and his eyes kind of unfocus. And he just kind of stops mid-sentence.
I keep snapping to him and I say, hey, the dreaming isn't taking you yet. Come on, focus.
He, about 10 seconds pass, and then he kind of snaps again, and he looks around and he goes, Who are you? Who are all of you? What are you doing here?
We need to go.
Who
I look
are
up
you?
to where
What's
he
going
was
on?
I look up to where he was looking up.
Blank castle wall.
I look at him and I say, "What's your name?"
He looks at you and he goes to speak, and then he kind of stops and he goes, I'm not sure. And just a look of concern just washes over him.
As I thought.
is there any role to kind of to try to figure out what just happened to him?
I hand him a piece of... I hand him like a little notepad and say, "Are you hungry?"
He kind of looks at it and he goes, I'm starving. And he just starts to eat it.
Is he eating it like a red cap would? Like,
yeah.
Is
Oh,
he
yeah.
able to get it down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't suddenly change kids. He's still a red
Yeah.
cap.
The role to try to figure out what's going on would maybe be Wits Greymare.
Greymare? Yes, that's it. That's what I've been waiting for, baby.
I mean,
Say
I'm
again?
gonna roll it with it. What's the modifier and the difficulty?
Hang on, say again.
Wits and
Greymare.
Greymare.
And difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 8 in this case. Modifier
Okay.
0.
I'm gonna use
I'm a-
willpower.
I am as well.
Can I attempt a medicine on
Um,
him?
You'll get a very different result, but yes, you can.
Okay.
You'll probably get to know like how bad off he is physically. 0. I didn't botch though.
I got a 3.
Actually, no, 1 because I used.
I do have changeling or chimerical the
Yes.
thing. So
Yeah, it's still going to give you a different result, but I'm not saying it's
Okay.
not going to be useful. Is what I'm saying.
Alright.
I got 1. Got a 3.
Oh, if that's difficulty 8, then I still got a success.
Yeah.
It was a 10.
Okay. I'm actually going to start with Victor, and then I'll move on to Jack after that. Dwight, you, through different means, are still going to get kind of the same information that Victor does.
Just do it a different way.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a case of onset amnesia.
Oh, okay. That's boring. That's boring.
Jack, what you pick up is that it almost seemed that what happened to him was triggered by was almost like it seemed like an enchantment triggered by something he said.
That name.
Maven. I say that out loud. Maven.
And
Who's
suddenly
Maven?
you get amnesia.
You say the name, nothing happens.
He mentioned that it was one of the baronesses,
Yes.
Hmm.
so probably a Sealy baroness. Well, no.
It could be any.
Yeah, here it could be either.
Also, it no, it's too early. I
Definitely too
think
early.
we should leave. Get out of here.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Should we bring him?
I'm
mean-
kind of tempted to kill him, to be honest.
I mean,
Are you
What?
saying that in front of him? Because you're still stood there
I'll
with
whisper
him.
it. I'll whisper it to him.
To him.
You whisper it to the red cat?
I'm
No,
kind of
not
tempted
him.
to kill you.
I wanna kill you, bitch.
Yeah.
You whisper to Colin.
I whisper it
Oh.
to you guys.
I mean,
Usefulness
We
is
could
kind of-
take him. Well, something
He's old.
might
He's
could be
going
done
to
for-
die soon. He might as well. It's just fresh meat. And I look to Jack.
It'll be tough meat as well.
Probably gross meat. I imagine red cat doesn't taste great to other
Just
to
say
anyone
out
other
loud.
than.
I don't like red cap.
Or their
It's not-
meat.
he's standing right there. I don't like him either, but at least I tell him to his
Uh,
face. And to
Look,
his
he
face.
has amnesia. He's old. And I just shrug and say, "There's really no point in taking him with us."
Is there a way
I'm
to
gonna ask-
find out how much glamour he has?
It's going to be a very difficult role, but maybe.
What would it be? I am now also curious because I forgot we eat glamour.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking up the ravaging rules real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we are in a palace of glamour. Shouldn't we just be able to
Oh,
take it?
I
to
will
the
actually
walls?
say,
Like,
yeah, that is actually a very good point. Each of you gain a point of glamour.
Welcome, guys.
I now have 5 glamour, which we all
Okay,
for a while
so
there.
I say to you guys,
Sorry, hang
well,
on, sorry. Before we continue from the glamour part, I bought more glamour. Is that just like having the max quintessence rule thingy? Like,
dude, when you buy quintessence at the beginning, it's just you having quintessence at the
yeah,
start
it's
of
just
the game.
starting out with more of it.
Yeah. It's a
Oh, okay, so
complete-
that was... Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was.
can just
Cool.
keep adding to it. Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
alright, it was a waste.
Well, it's spending a little bit of XP to give you a bit of extra oomph right at the start.
Alright,
yeah,
cool, guys.
so you're a little.
So, I basically, if I'm understanding Rhapsody correctly, I invest points into him, and then basically tell him, "You're a piece of shit. You're horrible. You can't do anything. You might as well eat yourself." And that will be his last great
shit.
masterpiece of him eating himself as a red cap, as a performance art piece. And I absorb all of his glamour from it. Is that how that works?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily normally go for that as a performance art piece. But basically, what Rhapsody is you inspire them to some great masterpiece. Some thing that they do, whether it's painting a painting or cooking a meal or some action that just lifts their glamour to its height.
So a
And
red
then-
cap eating himself would be...
Only if he is a performer. Just a red
Okay.
cap just eating himself wouldn't necessarily be glamorous in and of itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ravage him. I want to all of his glamour. How do I do this in character, in game?
Also, I have a question. Don't die! I have a frailty involving glamour.
Yep.
Can't remember.
You have to
I
ravage
need
periodically.
glamour.
Yeah, you have to ravage periodically.
Yeah, I mean, we should let the boss man do it in that case.
No. It's
Yeah,
mine.
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
So do I. So does anyone who's in House Lanon.
No.
No,
just the
I'm
noble.
a she. I have to.
Only
You
the
can
nobles
choose
have
to.
that.
Yeah,
Only the nobles have the
So-
requirement to.
Oh.
I have to ravage him. Well, so yeah,
Well-
I can't make any excuse of, let's let him go. Like, now let's eat him. Basically. So if we all decide that, because there's not a whole lot I can imagine we can do with it, other than like, hey, if you can make your way to California, there's a court there that might can help you. Other than that, you're kind of fucked.
I mean, he's a she, and if they're
He's not
all
a she,
dead,
though,
He's
Red
not
cap.
a she.
No, the
no,
red.
court of
Guard captain.
yeah,
He's
a
Sealy.
court- Sealy, thank you. He's a Sealy.
You
And,
don't know that.
You actually don't know.
we're making
Oh, fair
assumptions here, and I'm fine with the assumption that I just made.
The Court of Stars is Sealy, right?
No, it's mixed.
No, the
Is
Court
it
of
also mixed?
Stars is Sealy.
Court
Oh,
of Wonders,
sorry.
where we're at, is mixed.
Sorry.
So, can I identify if he's Sealy or unsealy?
Ooh, wait, I'm an ogre. I can.
You
I can
can.
smell it.
Yes.
Is he?
He is Sealy.
Yeah, I
Then
see.
I'm eating him.
Smells pretty.
Yeah.
I mean-
Ravaging a red cap is actually going to be very difficult.
Well, Rhapsody, I mean.
Yeah.
You can't. It's gonna be even more difficult.
Yeah, actually, doing
Rhapsody of
either
red cap.
both of those are normally done to mortals.
Oh, okay.
Doing it to a red cap, inspiring him to some great work is going to be very difficult when he's basically. a
Well,
broken
I'm
card
asking
and-
as a player, how do I take his glamour?
Eat them alive.
That's it.
You'd get you might not get every drop of it that way, but you would definitely pick up a good portion of it. Yes.
Is he distracted?
Would you like him to be distracted?
He's very confused right now, asking what's going on and kind of looking around like he doesn't know what's going on.
I want to slit his throat. Can I just slit his throat?
I was about to actually say, could I try to sovereign him into thinking he is willingly giving up his glamour to me or something? If you can do that,
You could definitely.
he
attempt
is
it.
offered. He has basically
Man.
offered himself as
We
glamour
are
for me.
bastards.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean you.
Yeah,
What would
it-
be?
We're basically having a discussion like in a team,
I
like,
have
okay,
s-
how are we gonna kill him? Like, I'm gonna eat him. Well, I'm just gonna suck him dry. Well, what do you do in your
you
free
could-
time, man? But
You could demand that he give you a tribute of his own glamour. Yes.
What would that be?
That would
I'm-
be sovereign with a fey realm.
Good.
You'd need
I won't get
sovereign
all of
free
it, so there'll be
favorite.
some. I have both. How do I roll that on these sheets?
Alright, let's see. Right,
I don't know how
you
to
have to
roll it on.
spend one glamour.
Okay, so do I put the little check in the square box? Just to show I've spent one.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and then it's 3d10 for the roll.
Let me just make sure, because they're a little bit differently. Art rating
All right.
plus the rating of the lowest primary realm. So 6 in this case.
Mm-hmm. I won't get all of it glamour this way, will I?
And then reduce it by 2, so you're down to 4.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure how familiar you are with it, but you have the option of using a bunk.
I have no idea what a bunk is.
Right, okay. A bunk reduces your difficulty by having you do something additional as part of the roll. Think of it as a bunk can be almost anything, but what it's basically designed to do is to prepare reality for something unusual happening. Now, they can be minor, they can be elaborate. If you want to think of it, I know mages are a little bit different. But if you imagine the wizard that stands up and uses lots of big, arm motions and big, odd-sounding words, and gestures, and runes, and that's a very elaborate bunk. It's not actually doing anything, but it's basically distracting reality from the fact that you're about to do something it's not supposed to do.
Look at my fingers!
That's the way they
monologue.
That's the way that they actually describe it. Is you are distracting reality and convincing it of something odd. Now, it can be anything from skydiving without a parachute, or screaming loudly in a crowd, or there are lots of different methods of bunks. Some methods of bunks take months and months and months to do.
Ooh.
Some of them can be done over a matter of moments. One bunk could be saying a specific word to the moon at the same time every night for a year. It's a ritualistic...
That'd probably be a very powerful one.
That would be a hugely powerful one, because you're investing so much into it. But it's
Moon,
basically...
go fuck yourself!
Basically, though, the bunk is something extra that you bring to the spell above and beyond what is required of the spell.
Okay,
Like, you can always... it seems to me, it even says, like, you can almost always perform a level 1 bunk with the same action of casting a cantrip. Like, because it's always, like, simple hand movements or a weird phrase, something like that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars. These are not the droids you're looking for. And a hand motion.
Oh, okay.
He didn't He didn't actually have to say the words. He didn't actually have to wave his hand. But by doing that, he focused the energy a bit more.
Yeah.
Do the Steve Jobs dialogue thing where you talk like...
I can't improv that well. I would, but only thing I can think of is, like, I'm just gonna snap my fingers as loudly as possible. Just kind of as a short distraction before, hey, give me your shit.
Okay. So that's enough to give you a level 1 bunk.
Yeah.
Very simple.
And Casey, I'm just gonna point out that he said, "Give me your shit." That was his specific wording. That's gonna happen now.
I'm approaching very quietly behind the man.
You're gonna rip off your boss?
Okay.
Well, no, I'm waiting. I'm very slowly going.
Okay. And then can I
I
ask?
doubt I'll get all of it.
So I'll also then ask: do you want to voluntarily replace any of your dice with nightmare dice?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. What are those? What are those?
Nightmare dice are basically dice that you will roll separately. In which case,
Yes.
if they are successes, they are still successes, as normal. But if they are failures,
Uh-oh.
negative things occur.
So I get no benefit, but
Well, the benefit is that if you voluntarily change dice to nightmare dice, it reduces the difficulty of the action.
ooh,
So
this is making me think of the blood dice from Talesian's one shot.
this is where Taliesin, I think, got the idea from.
Oh fuck no! So tempting.
He converted them over into a vampire hunger system, but I think he was
Which is
actually using
clever.
the mechanic for the nightmare dice from the original Changeling.
I like how he did it though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I loved that, and if I run vampire, I'll probably steal that.
Okay. No, I think I'll stick with my level 1 bunk and my what am I rolling 5 because it got cut, and then added the 1,
It was up to 6 minus 2
so 4
4.
plus a level 1 bunk.
Oh no, that's on your difficulty though. That's not. So you're rolling 4 dice,
Okay, against.
and your difficulty starts at 8,
Huh.
goes up to 9, goes down to 8, goes down to 7, goes down to 6, goes down to 5.
Ooh.
So 4 dice at a difficulty 5.
Okay then. So
Yeah.
4d10.
Get it.
I'll do it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Do you have to beat it or meet it?
Meeting it.
So 3 successes.
3 successes.
Not bad.
Not
Nice.
bad at all.
I just love how I'm just making him offer himself to me. That was a horrible idea.
You have this weird wording each time you command
Yup.
something. Offer yourself to me. Give me your shit. You say like
Oh,
it's the literal meaning.
yeah.
You need to. He's like, okay, first I gotta take off my clothes, then I'm gonna shit and
That's
give it
right.
to you. Like, you have some weird tastes, man, but you're the boss.
So what happens?
He actually kind of looks up at you and sighs and says, I've got nothing left to keep it for anyway. And he reaches behind himself,
Yay.
pulls out a dagger, slits his wrist and holds it up to you. And you actually watch as the blood begins to run from his wrist. It's almost shimmering. It's not red like blood. It's actually shimmering with concentrated glamour.
I could be super creepy and just take my sweet time enjoying that blood, but I won't.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
just
but
see
I know,
this
like-
shadow behind him,
Behind
like this outline.
I want to look our red cap dead in the eyes as I take this glamour. Just, it's like, because I know I get the feeling. Because did you ever mention in character you were going to eat him?
I told him that we have no use for him, and you know typically what that means for a red cap.
Okay, so I had a feeling you were going to take it. Like, nah, this is mine. This is my glamour.
So
Out of character, I do it because I need it.
after a certain point, I see him still taking glamour. I will say, "Time's up," and I bite off his arm.
My arm with the red caps.
The red caps.
Okay, fair enough. I got my glamour.
Well, actually, I
What's
just slit
the
his
kid?
throat. I just slit his throat from behind and start sucking his neck.
so we're double teaming this poor red cat.
While Colin is standing there, like, what the hell, you guys? You don't
I
have
can't-
to
So-
get it like that.
So basically, just
wait, guys.
take
Guys, wait.
take a talon, slit, and then no blood escapes from his neck, from the hole.
Guys, I just want to leave this message. Jamie, I know you're going to watch this eventually. Please draw this. Please. I want art of this.
Yes.
Yeah, that I concur definitely.
Make it
Okay.
make it way too sexual. also.
No, that's how I'm picturing it. Super sexual.
Because it's they're being kind of vampires right now, so they kind of just kind of like
We are.
suck each other's
We kinda
thumbs
are.
or something, something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
there's something there.
That sounds like a weird threat, and I'll suck your thumb.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are taking this guy who does not have a lot of glamour left anyway.
I know, he's going to die anyway.
This is food for me.
So,
What do they say for me? This kind of food. Medicine is probably the better term.
Dwight, you gain 2 glamour,
Hey.
and Victor, you gain 1.
Oh yeah.
While
I
all of
just
this-
I take a
You only
talon.
have 3 left, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I take a talon, slice the guy's arm off, and offer it to Jack.
I think
I
you already
decline.
commented. Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I can't decline. God damn it.
Yes. Oh, that's
really-
right.
I really want to
Pause.
decline, but oh.
So now you have to eat this red cat meat you don't like.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want it. Are you sure you don't want it? Okay, I want
It's
it.
already in your mouth. Why are you still saying you don't want it?
Someone's going to do that to you with poison.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I guess
Why
Colin
Why do you
is the
think I
only
took
one.
poison resistance?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think Colin is the only one just standing there like,
Oh,
whoa, you guys, shit.
you like put my hand in like a weird formation, dig it into the guy's chest, move it a little, and he rips out the heart fully intact, and then
Colin.
offers it to Colin.
I'm
You get
just
the
gonna
best bit.
I'm gonna take what's left of this whiskey. Thank you very much. And
You mean what's left of the bottle?
yeah, no.
There's no whiskey left in it.
Oh,
It's just a still bottle. Yeah, you drank it and started
I'm
eating.
gonna suck out the drops.
Gross.
From the broken bottle.
I mean, I'm gonna do
Half-eaten
this.
bottle.
Okay, that's a gift.
I take
Get on that. Gift that for us.
We're just devouring his corpse like a buffet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Suicide.
I just wanted a disclaimer. If you want, you can take him with you.
I did
Okay.
a whoopsie. You're not supposed to do things like that on the internet.
And as this is
It's
going on,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Colin, because you're not
frightened person.
eating right now,
Yep.
give me a perception alertness roll.
Hey, me and Colin are great at that.
I would also argue that I'm actually not like looking at this because he's not like he's in like he doesn't mind like blood when you punch him in battle and shit, but actually sitting there and like sucking a disgusting old dude dry of blood while eating his heart, like that's
We've all done it. Don't you act all high and
okay.
mighty.
This is weird. Like I'm gonna look in that direction instead.
Don't act like you've never double teamed a dude with a red cat.
I'm
Yeah.
eating the arm like it's mutton, so technically I'm still looking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
eating
saying-
it like
Yeah.
it's a
My point was-
confectionery.
I'll let you
My-
make the roll as well, but at a -2.
Yeah,
My point was rather, do I get a plus because I'm actually not like actively looking?
He's actively making you're actively
To
trying
look somewhere
not
else.
to
Yeah, you get a +1.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Perception, what?
You needed it.
Alertness.
Alertness.
2 successes.
Nice.
That's
No,
not
it was
bad.
an extra die, not an extra success.
No,
No, he
I
rolled
rolled
another die.
another one.
Oh, okay. Got it, yeah.
What's going on, guys?
You both get 2 successes.
I'm stabbed in the back. You failed me.
Well, one of you is looking around, the other one is kind of glancing around while you eat, and you both notice at the same time, around the corner,
Uh-oh.
walking towards you, kind of looking around in a manner that you don't really get from the facial expressions, but from the body language, seems very confused.
Hey, another place where they needed us. About to watch these four unseelings standing over us. Fucking red cat.
You
Yep.
see... 1 second.
I really like the bunk I used because that's a really nice, subtle way to do that. Just a snap of the fingers.
Yeah, it's a very basic, simple bunk. Coming around the corner, looking side to side like he's trying to figure out where he is or what's going on, you see this guy.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Okay.
Mickey.
Oh, poor Mickey. Wait, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Colin would start laughing and just walk in that direction and said, "Oh boy, Mickey, you walked around the wrong corner, mate."
Yeah, he did. He picked
Boy,
the
you
wrong
fucked
corner.
up.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah,
Done fucked up.
yeah. So he's just gonna kind of
Wrong
walk up.
time, wrong place, fucko.
Yeah, so he's
It really
just gonna
is.
walk up to him and unless he does something, he's just gonna put a hand on his arm
As you're
"Let's go
approaching
talk to
him,
the boss."
as you're approaching him, he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, one of our fans. But where are all the rest of our friends?"
Oh, I have more friends over here.
Oh,
You might want to check
that's-
see if he's human, just in case, because this might be a human that's got sucked in
Well,
here somehow.
You can see him. You hear a plopping sound as Victor rips his arm out of the body to the lung.
Oh, that weird suck and a pop.
Yeah, and he looks over,
Yeah.
sets the lung down very gently,
Save
and
that for
with,
later.
rubbing his claws together, walks forward and says, "Good day."
Covered in
he
blood,
kinda-
I imagine.
He kind of looks at you and he goes, "I don't think you're very friendly."
Oh no! These are the friendliest place on earth, right? And so are the people. Come with me here, and kind of still walking up to him, come, join us.
He
I,
kind of
Well,
takes a
no,
couple
yes.
steps back and says, I'm not sure what's going on."
The minute he looks away, you should teleport behind him. It's not gonna...
Well, he stopped and started backing away.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, he's still walking. Now, Colin is walking a little bit faster towards him. Still doing no.
Is he?
Get over
changeling? Wait, question: can we identify if he's changeling or not? in
Yeah,
the
that's
dreaming?
what you got to do, please.
He's in a full body suit from head to toe.
I'm
Right.
smelling him.
He would still have an aura too.
Do I get my
He
my
might be a
kenning-
mage. Actually,
That's
It's
your
very
kenning roll?
it's very difficult to
Which kenning?
to detect any kind of an aura without some kind of an ability to do so.
Right.
Changeling are not like mages; they don't glow.
Right.
I
Okay.
have,
Can I? Well,
Yeah, you have
an
your
idea.
smell. That's so yeah. You can take your roll.
Okay. Which kenning?
Wit's kenning, yeah.
Yeah. I was just about to use the shit out of commanding voice and sovereign again.
I mean, you should. If
I
should-
will. I will. I'm just curious what Doc gets.
Ooh.
6. Damn.
Is that a crit? Nope.
He is funnily enough, mouse puka.
Oh,
A Sealy.
So we can't trust him.
okay. That's a Sealy Puka.
Still
Well,
walking
he's a
towards him.
Puka. We can't trust him.
Yeah,
We can't
still
trust
walking
the Puka.
towards him, doing this, and says, "Boss man."
But hey, he's a Fae.
Yeah.
Sovereign
Or he's a
commanding
changeling.
voice.
Yeah, he's
I
a
just
changeling.
say out loud between crunches of the arm. Mouse puka. Silly.
Yeah. I would like to
and
use
he
Sovereign.
starts backing up a bit faster, and he goes, "Look, where's the I?" And he kind of
Just
starts
smile.
just kind of with the half sentences, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That just sheer confusion.
Yeah. Probably fear.
Yeah, some fear, some confusion. You get the impression that he was confused even before this situation.
Now he's even
and
more
this has
confused.
not helped his confusion one bit.
What's your name.
But
We're not
Faye
near
was
him.
about to say something though in
Yeah,
Sovereign.
I have commanding voice, which means whoever I'm trying to get my message to will hear it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on. So that's Sovereign, and I just want him to come here. I'm not going to do anything to him. I just want him to kind of calm down and speak with us, basically.
Now you're asking him to come. Stop with these damn innuendos, Tay.
Jamie,
Jesus
more art.
Christ. You need to stop this.
Get on that art, Jamie.
Now you want Jamie to
Send
get
it to
on.
Madman. And then send it to Madman, yes.
You command him.
Do you want me to roll again? Because I can do the same thing again. Same bump.
No, yeah, that's
Sovereign Fae. 38.
yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll this one because of the situation.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, I need to make you roll it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is going to be the same roll as before.
4d10, it's just
Difficulty is actually going to be one higher this time.
high. So 6.
Yeah.
3. Another 3.
Nice.
Good.
I'm
Keep
good at the
on with
sovereign.
that.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at the sovereign stuff.
Yeah.
I did a bump sovereign and actor, then I'm set. 3
Yeah.
actor and 5 sovereign. Yes.
He immediately stops backing away, and yes, of course, and he comes moving towards you.
To me, yeah.
And as
Walks right
Colin's like,
past you.
as Collins kind of stops, like, oh, and you listen to him. Sure.
So,
I'm gonna have a look see around in case they're the rest of the Mickey cast around. So
I mean,
Okay.
go ahead.
Give me
Good thing about commanding voice.
yeah,
I can just contact him pretty easily.
perception alert. No, perception investigation this time.
yeah.
'Cause you're
I'm
actively
just
looking
walking around. I'm not actively
I'm gonna
like, sneaking around. I'm just
He's exploring,
yeah.
basically.
I take a bite of the guard captain's uniform,
Okay.
and then I will use my eidetic taste to
no
search
one
around
ever
the
said
cat.
he was a captain. I will say that.
He's just guard.
Well, he's in a guard's uniform.
Yes.
Yeah, but you said guard captain.
Sorry, the slip of the tongue. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
it's fine.
I
I
eat
mean, if
his
you want to take a
uniform
bite of the
and
guard
then
captain's uniform, you can.
He's right there.
But I don't
eating
know that
another
Doc's
red
going to be
cap.
happy with that.
Yeah, I just had this tailored.
so I take a bite of his uniform and then begin using eidetic taste to track down
Oh, there's.
the nearest source.
Right. Eidetic taste gives you the nearest source of something you tasted.
hmm
It's going to point you straight to him.
Well, I eat all of his clothing. I've effectively eaten him at this point.
I think he wants to know where the clothing came from, not.
Well, no, once I eat him, I know where
Oh.
the nearest source of clothing is now. So, of that clothing.
You want like a barrack,
Um,
right? Because guard.
Or
uniform will come-
wherever the nearest source will be is where I
Yeah.
feel it. So it doesn't matter
leads
where I'm
you
trying to
off
find.
into the castle.
I follow.
Okay. So you head off into the castle. Meanwhile, before you get that far, Mickey has gotten to you, Dwight.
And, yep. And I imagine.
He stops,
Who guarded it?
still kind of looking around nervously. It's hard to get expression from
A
a
poker.
mouse. No, from a mouse head.
Oh, is he actually wearing it, or is he?
He's actually
It just
wearing
look
the
like that.
suit.
I'm going to gently take the head off of him.
You reach up and to pull the head off, and you go, oh no, please don't that would hurt.
Why would it
They
hurt?
say Disney employees are supposed to be in
Costume at all times.
costume at all times, in character at all times.
You're. You're not at work anymore. You can take the costume off. If I have to, I'll use Sovereign again. I'm gonna abuse the shit out of Sovereign.
He kind of looks at me and goes, I couldn't possibly take my costume off. I'm Sir Mickey.
Yeah, I had a feeling this is what was gonna happen. He actually... Oh, no. Puka. That's right. Fuck.
that expression.
It's the only expression for Puka.
If you can't deal with a puka, how are you supposed to deal with other noble courts, man? Come on.
I just want to know how you would have dealt if Jamie had actually gotten to play.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. It's like, okay, you do what you want. I'm fucking... Oh, Christ. Let me think.
I'm only including so many puka so that Jamie can watch this later and be annoyed that she didn't get to play. So, Jamie, this is for you.
But Jamie, art. Get on that.
Tay, you get on explanations
game,
and talking to this thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
What do you say to the
Stop
puka
getting
Mickey Mouse?
distracted here on other shit.
Okay, so he thinks he's Sir Mickey.
And if he took the costume off, he would just be Mickey, and I mean, that's just not...
Yeah, it's not fine. It's not cool. I'm going to ask him if he knows... How well does he know the castle?
Oh, well, this is
Real life.
Cinderella's castle, and she's remained here for nearly 40 years, at the heart of our kingdom.
Can you lead us to the... princess? Yeah, she's a princess. I think. For a long time since I watched Disney movies. Can you take us to her chambers to meet her?
Oh no, I'm sorry, but the princess's chambers are her own private space. That would just not be polite.
Hey, guess what? Sovereign Faye again. No, you're doing this. You're taking us there. Because I'm curious. I kind of want to see Noble Quarters if he can lead us to them in here. Because maybe there might be something in there we can find out.
Okay.
Or who knows, we'll catch amnesia.
So roll
4d10.
your sovereign again. The DC is going to go up again, though.
7. What happens if you run out of willpower? Nothing? You just can't spend anymore?
If you run out of willpower, you fall unconscious until such time as you would have recovered some.
Oh, okay. I won't spend a willpower then. I only have 2. I've already used 1.
You only have 2 willpower?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
2 successes.
Very nice. And you're telling him to take you to Cinderella's quarter.
Noble quarters, basically.
Okay.
To him, it would be Cinderella, because that's the only noble for this castle.
Okay. He says, of course, right this way. And he turns and starts walking out of the castle and down the bridge.
What? Oh, is he about to go back into the mortal realm?
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Well,
I'll watch him.
that's the direction he's headed.
Yeah, and I'll look to Jack. Do you want to follow?
You look at him, and they're all currently covered in blood.
I'm like, you know what, Jack? Come with me. No, the other 2 aren't even right here by us.
No. I was going to look for more people.
Yeah, he walked off, and Sigurd also walked off.
Yeah, sorry, no, but you turn and look at Jack, and he's covered in blood. As it's been dripping down his face from the leg.
I assume he still has the leg, or is it that gone?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're picking your bone. You're picking your teeth with the bone from the leg, like.
You've gnawed the femur into a nice point for a toothpick.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'll have Jack come with me. The blood's not going to bother me. I'm not surprised. He's a troll.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of you would realize that if you walk back in public...
To the mortal. Yeah, it would be bad. I'm gonna follow and watch. I'm not gonna do exactly what he does. If he disappears, because he's not covered in blood, luckily. He's just confused. he'll probably just get carted off to a medical area.
You watch as he continues down the path and disappears back off down the trail. Fades into the mist.
So he's probably back in the park.
Meanwhile, Colin, did you ever roll me that investigation?
I did. I got a 2. It's
While you
the,
do
what the
this,
fuck is happening?
I'll be right back.
All right. Colin, you start wandering around. Now, as you're just kind of looking, do you go into the castle or around the castle?
At random.
Okay. You start making your way around the outside of the castle, which you do notice is surrounded by a shimmering moat that seems to almost seems to radiate light. You spent about 15 minutes wandering around this outer edge of this castle and don't find anything out of the ordinary. I mean, for a castle in a Fey realm.
Sure, like after 5 minutes, like, damn Sealy, always being goddamn bright everywhere. It's not even that pretty. 10 minutes later,
it is really pretty.
Yeah, and then like on the other side, like, okay, I guess it's kind of pretty. Like 40 minutes later, this is such a waste of time. This is such a big place. Like, continue walking. So yeah.
Yep.
And after that, I would circle back to the other guys.
Okay. Meanwhile, Victor, you make your way down into the castle, into one of the subterranean areas, where you find at the first level down at the bottom of the stairs what looks to be some holding cells and a small guard room with 2 more sets of guard uniforms.
Holding cells, you say?
Yep.
Anyone in them?
No.
Any papers left out that would give any dates or anything? I assume it would be 10 days or 7 days ago when the party happened?
The last entry that you see in the logbook was 14 days ago.
Okay. That's not important. I take